Welcome back to News and Views after you've caught up with the news in the rest of the world. We have, as we were saying, our local astronomer, very popular man, Ken Campbell, and he's going to be talking to us about summer solstice, amongst other things, stars in the sky. Welcome to the programme, Ken.
Hi, Karen. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. And you were telling me about, I suppose we ought to warn people, really, because it's the time of the year when they're all coming out in force. But somebody tried to pickpocket you at the bus station in Fuengirola,
Bus station in Fuengirola on Sunday. But if I were him, I'd pack that career in. He's certainly no Fagin. He's no Artful Dodger. Everybody but me saw him doing it. And I think, and even if he had have succeeded, he'd only sold my sunglasses anyway.
He had the wrong pocket.
The prescription sunglasses, so they wouldn't have been very good to him anyway. So if I were him, I'd pack that in.
Yeah, but be warned, it's that time of the year again when they tend to come out in force thinking all the tourists are here as well. So be very, very careful with your personal belongings, just be aware. But let's get to something a little lighter, shall we? Summer solstice, which I got it wrong. I said it's the shortest day. It's the shortest night and longest day, isn't it?
The longest day and shortest night. What happens is, you see, the Earth is not standing straight up on its end. The Earth is actually tilted over by about 23 degrees. And it's this tilt that gives us our seasons. The Earth is always pointed at the one point in the sky. So if you're the sun, when it's here, this part, the north part, is pointed towards the sun. 6 months from now, it will be round the other side of the sun, and this bit will be pointed away, and the south part will be pointed towards the sun. So in South Australia, they have their longest day in December.
In December,
December
yeah.
21st. We have our shortest day on December the 21st. This Sunday, at 5:45 in the morning, if you want to be exact, at exactly 5:45.
You'll just be coming home then, won't you?
I'll just be coming home then. At 5:45 in the morning, Sunday morning, the Earth will be tilted as far away, or as far to the sun as it can possibly be. So it's the longest day. What's happened is, very conveniently, map makers have put lines, imaginary lines, around the Earth. We've got the one that goes around the centre that we call the equator. Now that's the point where the sun is directly overhead on the equinox in March and in September. That's the equal equinox day. At that point, the Earth is then standing up on its end, and we get equal hours of 12 hours daytime, 12 hours nighttime. Going up 23.5 degrees up, we've got the Tropic of Capricorn, which is where the sun will be on Sunday. The sun will be directly above the Tropic of Capricorn. Now, if people want to try this for themselves, if you want to do a little experiment, because we're at 36 degrees, which is only slightly above 23 degrees, if they go outside on Sunday at 2 o'clock, not 12 o'clock, because we're actually 2 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time, because it's summertime now, and we're an hour ahead anyway. But if you stand outside on Sunday, stand up perfectly straight, and you'll see you don't have a shadow.
Okay.
You won't have a shadow.
At 2 o'clock?
At 2 o'clock, that's the point when the sun will be the highest in the sky. So
wherever anybody is, whether they're on the beach, they're in the street.
If you can go outside, try it with a lamppost or a sign or something, a pole that's standing upright, and you'll see that's the smallest shadow. If you were down on the Tropic of Capricorn, a few more degrees a bit further down, you'd have no shadow at all. It would be directly underneath your feet. We're a little bit further north, so you'll have a little bit, but that's the least shadow you'll have is on this Sunday, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
And the reason it's not 12 o'clock, as you would think, is because in Spain we're an hour ahead of Greenwich time. Yeah. And also we're in British summertime. We've put the clocks forward.
That's true.
So it's 2 o'clock, not 12 o'clock.
Not 12 o'clock.
Not 12
okay.
o'clock.
And you were telling me that summer solstice was probably the reason why Stonehenge was built.
Well, this is
England.
It's such a big event that thousands of years ago they built Stonehenge. So the pagan religion, the pagan civilization, which existed long before this new Christian religion came along. That's only 2,000 years old, Christianity. The pagan religion is thousands of years old, and it's for that reason it's believed that they built Stonehenge. If you were at Stonehenge, and on Sunday there will be thousands of druids, modern day druids, they'll all be descending upon Stonehenge, they'll all be there, and they'll all be there for one reason. And the reason is that on Sunday morning, when the sun rises, the sun will rise, and if you were standing in the centre of Stonehenge, the sun will rise over a stone that's outside of Stonehenge called the heel stone, and it will rise directly over this point, and that is the reason that Stonehenge was built. It was built to commemorate the summer solstice. So it must have been a massive, massive important festival for them to really want to do this all them years ago.
All that effort in.
All that effort, because the stones at Stonehenge, they weren't just lying around on the floor and somebody said, I know, let's stand these up on their end. They actually came from South Wales. Now, to get from South Wales to Salisbury Plain,
where the weight of them.
Well, they weigh thousands of tons.
Yeah.
Well, they actually had to bring them across the Bristol Channel, so they had to build a boat to bring them across.
That was strong enough to take them.
And that was strong enough to take them. And we noticed, because at the bottom of the Bristol Channel are 2 or 3 stones that the boat wasn't strong enough to take them, and the boat collapsed. And for years, nobody was quite sure why these big square stones were at the bottom of the Bristol Channel. And then somebody realised they were meant for Stonehenge.
Yeah.
That was the stone. But for them people to have come up with this idea, you know, they must have all been sat around, go to all that trouble. Well, I suppose, you know, people in other parts of the world, they were building pyramids at the time.
True, they were very difficult too.
So they weren't easy to build. You wouldn't get wimpies in to build one of those for you. So the culture and the idea all those thousands of years ago made people want to build it. They wanted to build these monuments. They wanted to build Stonehenge. All the effort, all the work, for basically to watch the sun rise up over a particular stone out in the field. You know, there was other reason for it, but that is the main reason why Stonehenge is built. And this Sunday, all the druids will be down there, all running around naked and sacrificing goats. So if you want to join in, Karen.
Sight for sore eyes, eh? And of course, here in Spain, they celebrate quite closely to it with San Juan, don't they?
That's right.
And that's on Tuesday.
Well, they've actually got their date wrong. I don't know why they're doing it on Tuesday, because the equinox, the solstice is on Sunday, but for some reason they're doing it on Tuesday. But this is where they jump over the bonfires on the beach.
Yeah, wonderful. And fireworks and picnics on the beach, barbecues. Yeah. They really enjoy themselves. Yeah. And great way to spend the evening actually on the beach. Lots of parties. And of course, you were telling us also that the space shuttle didn't go, did it?
NASA again. Anybody who knows me knows I've not got much time for NASA really. In the 60s, NASA were wonderful. NASA were putting men on the moon because they wanted to. NASA now is a job, and I think NASA have had the day really. It should have gone up yesterday. It should have gone up a couple of weeks ago. Yesterday was the second delay that they've had on it. NASA, they couldn't launch a firework these days. They've had their moments, and I think it's time to move on and let somebody else let Richard Branson have a go. But you know, they don't advertise. Can you imagine how much the likes of Coca-Cola would pay to have the space shuttle painted in Coca-Cola? That would pay for the space program. Yeah. But NASA being NASA, they won't do it. So
there you go.
We're still using space shuttles that were built 30 years ago in the 1980s. In fact, 1980. So it's almost 30 years old next year. Space shuttle.
So no wonder it didn't set off.
No wonder it didn't go.
And of course, just to remind everybody, you have an astronomy meeting next Wednesday.
Well, we've got it's back up and running now. We started up at the bar, the Octagon Bar now. We're at which is up on the Mijas Road near the Valparaiso restaurant.
Yeah, that's
just right next to the Valparaiso. We had one meeting there and it was fantastic. They've got a lovely terrace outside where we can sit outside. We can have the telescope set up. It's dark enough. We're away from all the street lights. It's €5 entrance fee, but they get a tapas involved in that, and the food is excellent. So we went there, we had our first meeting 2 months ago, and then they had to close them because they were refurbishing all inside. They've finished all the refurbishing, and we start again next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. We're having the astronomy meeting proper. We're actually starting it all up now. We found the venue, the people are all in place, and next week will be the first official meeting of the brand new Astronomical Society in Figueroa.
Great.
There wasn't one before. We've got it up and running now.
Okay, and is it 8 o'clock, 8:30?
8 o'clock, be there. I'm not doing a talk this time. We're just going to, people are welcome to bring the telescopes along. We'll help them set the telescopes up, show them if they have any problems with them. We'll line up the problems for them, help them get the most out of it, and we'll organise the society proper to find out what we're going to do in the future.
What you're going to do in the future. Okay, lovely.
Also, on the Wednesday following, on the 1st of July, we're back up on the mountain.
I was just about to ask you that.
We start again, astronomy on the mountain, at Benelmadner Mountain, where the cable car goes up from Tivoli World. We're up there at every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, starting at 10 o'clock till 11:30, where we've got giant telescopes up there.
I've seen them, brilliant.
We've got laser beams to show you the stars.
And shooting stars.
And shooting stars by request. So anybody wants to come up, the actual astronomy is free. You pay for your ticket in the cable car, and when you get up there, you've got a bird of prey exhibition where he has the eagles flying around, and make sure you get your kids to sit near the front because he gets it to land on your head and everything.
Cute.
Smashing, really good show he does. So the bird of prey, I think, is on about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So if you get there, go and see the bird of prey. There's a little cafe next door where you can go get a cup of tea and some chips or your hot dog or something. There's a little snacks. And then get yourself ready for us. We're on at 10 o'clock. But if I can remind people, bring a little jacket.
It gets cold up
there. It can get cold. You think you leave down here in the heat of the summer day. You get up there to 2,500 feet up, so it can get a little bit chilly up there.
Okay then, that's great. Thank you. And I think you've just got something special to say to somebody, haven't you?
Yes, which camera are we on?
The one just here. No, the other one.
This one here is Maria from El Coto. I promised her last night that I would say that people all go to the El Coto restaurant to see Maria. It's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Maria, from El Coto. And it's free drinks all around in the El Coto tonight. She'll love me for saying that.
You've just aged her by 10 years.
She'll love me for saying that.
Thanks very much, Ken.
Thank you,
and
Karen.
see you next month.
I'll be back.
Okay. And don't forget, tune in to News and Views tomorrow at 2:05, and we'll have our cultural programme. You'll be able to catch up with what's on, let's say, in the theatre, or what sporting activities are happening, and of course recommended books to read and what's on in its original version at the cinema. And also, don't forget to tune in to Mijas Today in English on Radio Mijas 107.7 FM, 3 o'clock on Mondays to Fridays. It's 3 till 4. You can catch up with all the local, national, international news, and of course local personalities and associations. So until tomorrow then, hasta mañana.
Maria would like to give thanks to the Mijas Foreigners Department and to the volunteer interpreters for their professional work and great help in getting health care delivered.
Thank you. Bueno, para situarnos, como le decía, saben que trabajo para el Servicio Andaluz de Salud. Lo intento. Vale.
We told her that.